I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have a memory planning process video for you. So I want to be honest, I am behind on my memory planning. I was doing so well throughout the whole year, and then December just got away from me. So we're playing a little bit of catch up. I'm going to try to do 2 weeks in this one video, and then 2 weeks in the next video, and then I'll be getting closer to getting caught up. If you're behind in some of your projects, if December caught you by surprise, if you had unexpected things come up, which is just what happens, then I just want to give you a little bit of encouragement. Don't be discouraged. You can do it. You can still enjoy the process. Don't panic, even if it's a timed thing like memory planning. So what I have pulled out here are some different pictures. This is for December 6th through the 12th, and then these pictures are all from the following week. And I'm going to do some really simple spreads to get caught up, still enjoy the process, still have fun with it. But like I said, keeping it simple, keeping it fun, and try to get a little bit caught up. So I will link everything that I end up using down below, including the printer and things I use for my pictures, because I know people usually have questions about that. Otherwise, I'll put you guys on fast forward. Let's go. Okay, so I think as a memory keeper specifically, you have to know yourself. Really, as a crafter, you have to know yourself. But I know that I don't like scrapbooking things from way in the past. If I'm doing a documentation of my family's life, then I like staying pretty current. And if I get too far behind, then generally I just kind of give up on that period of time and start current again, which is just what I know my pattern is. Now, I do like picking out certain stories from the past or certain pictures and documenting those in special times. But with a project like memory planning, I know that if I get really far behind, I'll feel a little bit defeated. Other people are not like that. I know some of you like to work behind. It kind of brings up the memories at different times, which is cool too. But I know that I need to play catch up or else this won't be a fun project for me. So that's why I'm kind of putting two in one and kind of forcing the issue to catch up and be more current in my memory planner, because I don't want to lose track of my memory planner. It's something that I really have enjoyed and I want it to keep going for 2022. So in order to catch up, I'm keeping these different layouts really simple. So starting with this one, I love this paper. This is from a Hip Kit Club release, I think from last year, possibly. I will see if I can link, it looks like it's called Keeping Cozy. So I'll see if I can link it below if they have it. But I'm going to use that paper and I just matted all my photos on black cardstock and I'm going to go ahead and put them down on my page. I do like to try to figure out where my photos go first and then kind of go with everything else. Actually, you'll see me do something a little different on the other page, but getting those all down on my page. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just embellish with those really simple kind of framed looking pictures that are on this particular scrapbook paper. So I'm going to cut all of these out pretty closely around that fun black design that's on the edge. And I'm going to use them just as little pops of embellishments. This is not going to be a crazy busy spread. Of course, sometimes I like to use all of the things. This will be a really full spread. There's lots of writing opportunity here, but I'm just going to use these few kind of winter icons. Definitely gives me the Christmas feel. This is a busy time for our family, which is why I'm behind on memory planning. I was doing all the videos. We were wrapping up all the activities. It was just a crazy, crazy busy time. I know on this particular week, I had a Happy Planner squad box arrive, which is always super exciting and also a little bit time consuming as I kind of work through those videos. So I have just a few pictures. I'm going to go ahead and put these elements down, kind of spreading them out as far as shape and color that is on the particular icon. And I decided over here on the sidebar, I'm going to add this torn paper. This was the back of that same sheet. So if you think about it, really you only just need one sheet for a layout on memory planning if you're using scrapbook paper or something like that. If you're using stickers, that's a, kind of a different different story. But this one, she is really getting me far because it was double-sided. So I'm getting all of those icons down, and then I'm going to trim off this piece right here. I'm going to go ahead and put down the other two icons, but it felt like it was missing something on the left side. So I opted to look in my washi tape, and I wanted to add a little bit more black because of course there is black on the page. There's black in all those frames. I'm going to add some black grid washi. So that is going to go right here. Now that big black line was kind of distracting me, so I felt like I needed another big black line on the right side of the spread to kind of anchor that spread, and I chose to go a different direction with that one. Now, the way that I'm going to add an extra pop of color on to my page is with my Papermate Flare pens, and I'm just adding a little bit of a dash line, like a stitching detail around all the pictures. I'm using 5 different colors that are used on those icons and that paper, and it's just bringing an extra little detail, an extra little pop without me having to search through and find more embellishments for this page. So I certainly could have gone through my ephemera stash. I could have gone and looked for stickers, but again, I was trying to streamline this process so I could do a little bit of catch up, and just using the pens really adds a nice little moment on the page, a detail that brings the whole thing together, because now that stitching detail is throughout, brings some pop of color and saves me a little bit of time. And if you've watched my memory planning before, I do like to draw lines in. I kind of ignore where all the boxes are on the page and just go straight across with lines. It gives me a place to write the story of the week out. So I do like to add plenty of lines. And I decided to go ahead. I needed a little bit more black on the page. So I grabbed my Tim Holtz phrase stickers. I love these stickers. I think this is my second set of them because I've just used them so much. And I'm going to have them just around the page. These are inspirational phrases, and what they do is kind of move the black around the page even more. They break up all of those gray lines that I added and just add a little bit more detail, which is something I like. And I also know myself in that I love words. I love inspiring words on the pages, so I just go for it. All right, I will journal off camera to finish out this particular set, and I'm going to journal in 5 different colors, and then I will start my next spread. All right, so I have the same amount of pictures for this second week, 8 different pictures, but I have less to write. It was a whirlwind week. This was the week my kids' last week of school. I was working super hard. There was a soccer tournament, but it was just, there's not a ton to write for this week because a lot of it was just Christmas preparation, the basics of finishing up presents and things like that. So I'm going to use my scrapbook paper to add some detail and to cover up some of the white space that is on the page, just because I know I don't have that much more to add as far as storylines go. So I will go with the corners. I always love the torn look. And then this is the back of that same paper. Again, I'm trying to be minimal in the paper that I'm using because I have a Christmas stash. I want to use it, and I already know these are meant to go together. So this is the back of that same snowflake paper, and I'm going to add some adhesive, and I'm going to kind of attach the 2 pages together right here, and then I will just cut them apart like so, and they kind of flow together really nicely. Whenever I have to cover up holes on a Happy Planner page, I always like to use the We Are Memory Keepers disc punch to repunch that hole. It works really, really well. I'm trying to decide what I want to do with my pictures on this one. Do I want to mat them or do I want to leave them plain? I think I end up deciding to leave them plain just because I already had so much paper on the page because of the big snowflake paper, and I thought I could really focus in the writing towards the center of the page and kind of layer the photos behind some of the paper. The photos that I printed are just a tiny bit smaller than the actual boxes, so I'm just using some mint green, really thin washi tape to fill in some of the white space that is left so that there won't be white space left when I put the pictures down. So just adding a little bit of that mint green washi, and the mint green is in the bottom of the scrapbook paper, so it goes kind of well, and I'm having to pull up the scrapbook paper and kind of nestle photos underneath, but it still works pretty well. And I like kind of this V, this upside down triangle that I have going on the page. I think it kind of moves your eye across the page, which is always nice when you have those lines that show you where to look. So this one kind of cascades down and then cascades back up, and I'm going to do the same with the pictures as well. So I considered for time's sake actually just leaving it like this and adding the journaling, but that didn't feel right. I always add more. And I want to encourage you, if you are saving time, then yeah, just put the pictures on the page and write the story. That's the most important part. The embellishing and things are fun, but if you're trying to do a little catch up, then don't be afraid to just put the pictures. I did still have all of these embellishments pulled out in my December daily pile. So I decided to go through and add a few and have them kind of cascading along with that same line that I have going on. So they're all little Christmas icons, and I'm just putting them in a line that follows the pictures just for fun. And then once I get those in place and I'm happy with where they are all kind of living, then I'll start to adhere them onto the page. I decided not to connect them in any way except that they are living on the scrapbook paper, if that makes sense. So I considered, do I want to draw a line? Do I want to do some string in between them, which would have been wonderful. But again, saving time, going fast, and just getting these onto the page so that I can go ahead and write the journaling and wrap up these two different spreads. Because all of my writing was going to be kind of to the middle, I decided that I needed the lines on either page to line up. So you'll see me kind of line up the pages and use my T ruler to make sure the lines went all the way across both spreads, just so it would match up to your eye. And then as always, I will add the journaling off camera and finish up these two spreads. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I have linked all of the supplies I use down below. I would love to hear if you picked up a memory planner for 2022. I know a lot of you said that that was a goal of yours, and I think that that is so fantastic. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon account. It is down linked in the description box below. There's extra perks and all kinds of fun things happening over there. So you don't want to miss out. Make sure to check those out. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.